Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to day 22 of Everyday October. And this is the look that I'm going to be creating today. It's a very cool toned lid with a pop of colour, a glamorous base, possibly my favourite brown nudie lip combination that I have tried in a very long time. So if you want to see all of the products that I'm using and how I created this look, then just keep on watching. So earlier this month I did a cool toned look that was more of like an everyday, it was just a wash of a cool tone brown over the lid, and in that video, I will link that up here, in that video I spoke about how this could be a really glamorous look with a pop of colour, but it's still very like minimal in the like appearance of it, but it's still very glam. So since I did that video and I mentioned that, I haven't been able to stop thinking about this look and like the steps that I would do and like figuring it all out in my head, and today I'm sitting down and creating this look that I've had in my head for like 2 weeks. So I'm going to start with the base. I've obviously already done my skincare, so I'm starting with the Collection Lasting Perfection Glow Foundation. Shake this up and I'm going to use a brush to really get maximum coverage. I've got a few breakouts going on, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm posting a new video every single day. Maybe I'm a little bit stressed. Who knows? So I'm going to go in with my brush and start really building up all of this coverage on the face. I wear this foundation in the shade Fair 5. So you can see that this foundation is not completely full coverage. You can still see like a few of my freckles, like this guy is still living on my lip. We're not arguing with him, I've tried, he's not listening. But the redness in the cheeks is gone pretty much completely. I really like this foundation for its ability to still look natural, but to cover like the redness that I'm very aware of. I have said 1,000,001 times, I don't bother really with spots. Like, I don't get very many. I am lucky that I don't get very many, but when I do, I just sort of, I don't focus on them. I just pretend that they're not there. For concealer, I'm going in with the Lasting Perfection Stretch Concealer. I have this in the shade 4, so it's the shade lighter than the foundation, and I'm just going to work a little bit of this onto the Real Techniques contour brush, and I'm going to start brightening up in the inner corners of the eyes, and then whatever I've got left on the brush, I'll just highlight down the centre of the face. Then I'm going to set just sort of where I put that concealer with the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. This is the transparent one, just with a big fluffy brush. And I'm just going to stamp that on. Because that concealer is quite creamy and hydrating, but this look is going to be quite matte, I just want to make sure that that concealer is set. I'm going to quickly just do the brows because I can't take myself seriously when I haven't got any brows on. So I'm going in with the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in Neutral Brown. I repurchased it. I had to. I was missing it in my collection. And then obviously the e.l.f. Wow Brow in Brunette. So I'll be right back when I've got some brows on my head. So because we're going quite cool toned on the eyes, I'm also going quite cool toned on the lips. I want the skin to be quite warm and quite like bronzy, so I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Matte Bronzer, the new one that came out in the summer. Gosh, words are escaping me today, obviously. I'm just going to use this as like a bronzer contour. I'm not doing anything too structured. And then for blush, I'm trying to like match my t-shirt with my blush. This is the e.l.f. Putty Blush in Tahiti. Such a beautiful autumnal colour. And again, it's just a bit warmer, a little bit sort of deeper. So pretty. And then I'm going to tap just a really little bit of the Revolution Bright Light highlighter in Strobe Champagne, sorry, and I'm going to tap a little bit of this. I always struggle getting the lid off that, I'm going to tap a little bit of this just with my fingers, just over the top here, but I just want a little bit. I don't want this to look too glowy. So just a little bit of sort of targeted glow on the top of the cheeks, down the nose, on the cupid's bow, etc. But not too much, like I do still want it to be quite matte. I'm just going to tap over a little bit with that blusher brush again, just to make sure it's all blended in with that blush, and then move on to the eyeballs. So last week I tested this palette. I will link that video up here. This is the Beauty Bay Matte Nude Matte 9 colour palette, and I want to use this shade all over the lid. Throw shade all over the lid, maybe with something a little bit warmer, maybe with like raw sienna through the crease so that it's not too cool toned. And then I'm going to go in with the Beauty Bay Pastels palette, and I'm still deciding whether or not I want to use First Light or Golden Hour. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. So I'm going to start with a big fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in with the Nude Matte palette. I'm going to go into Raw Sienna, which I have been using so much since I tested this palette. I have been using this like crazy. It's my perfect transition shade. If you are a similar skin tone to me, this is such a good palette anyway, even if you're not. But if you are, that Raw Sienna shade is the perfect wash of colour across like the crease that's like a warm shadow. It's so pretty. So I've just got a little bit of this on the end of a fluffy big brush, and I'm just going to buff this through the crease to warm that up. I'm also going to take this under the eyes. Because I have blue eyes, I like to have that warmth like near my eyes, just makes the colour pop and that. So I want that down first, and then I can blend that throw shade, that more grey shade, can blend that into the warmer shade so that it doesn't look too grey, so it doesn't look too intensely cool toned. So I'm going in with a slightly smaller fluffy brush, and I'm going to dip into that throw shade colour, and I'm going to start packing that onto the lid and then blending it out up into that shade that we've already put on. And then once I've got that grey shade down and sort of mostly blended into that first warmer shade, I'm going back in with that brush with a little bit more of that Bare Necessity shade. Sorry, not Bare Necessity, that's the one next to it. Raw Sienna. I'm going to go in with the shade Cinnamon just on the lower lash line with a really dense brush. And I don't want this to be too smoky, but I just want this to be a little bit warmer on that lower lash line. And I am resisting the urge to add a wing, because I had a wing on every single look, but I just feel like it finishes off the eyes nicely. I mean, obviously we're not done, we need to add that pop of colour, but there's just something about a wing that I love. I don't want a wing today, I can't, I always do. I'm going to go in with an eyeshadow, like a base to put the pastel colour on top of. So this is the Beauty Bay Shadow Stick in Dumbos hat. Yeah, Dumbos hat. And I'm going to, this is like a yellow, it's like a soft pastel yellow, and I'm just going to scribble this over the inner corner just for something for that other colour to stick onto and to really intensify the colour. Obviously if it's going on to something that's a bit stickier, then it will stick better. And I just want this like right there. And then I think I'll go in with the yellow shade, which is called First Light. Really build that up on a very small, dense, fluffy brush, and pack that over that shadow stick that we've just put down. And then I'll go in with a teeny tiny little fluffy brush into Golden Hour and just sort of blend over the edges a little bit with that shade. So I've just gone into the waterline with a nude pencil. This is just one from Revolution. It just says that it's an eyeliner. in Nude. But I've just put that through to sort of brighten up that lower waterline a little bit. And for mascara, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I'm really going to build this up with the absence of no liquid liner. I really want long and spidery and fluffy lashes, so I will build this right up and then we'll be back for the lips. So that's the mascara on, and I feel like that's really like finished off the eyes nicely. I do still want to put some winged liner on, but I'm going to resist. I can't have the same look in every single video this month, so for the lips I'm going in with the Revolution Satin Kiss lip liner in Fling, and I'm going to go over the top of that with the Revolution Pro New Neutrals matte lipstick in Cashmere. And I think that these two together will make like hopefully some sort of 90s lip with like the slightly darker lip liner and then the brownie nudie lipstick. I don't know. Yes, I love that combination. I don't know if I've ever used those together before. That is like the perfect, like neutrally brown lip. Really, really cute. Oh, I like that. Right, so just a tiny little bit more blush because it's me. Yeah, that is me done. Let me know what you think. I think looking at the finished product now, this is firstly exactly how I imagined this look to be, and also it's almost feeling a little bit summery, which wasn't my intention, but I love how it's turned out. This is definitely something that I would wear. It's just maybe not as autumnal as I was thinking it would turn out like. Let me know what you think. Is this something that you would wear in autumn, or is this like pop of colour something that you would just save for summer? I would definitely wear this all year round, I'm not gonna lie. I love colourful looks. If you haven't noticed, every single look pretty much that I do is a bright colourful look, but this is a more neutral, cool toned, glamorous still, but more wearable, if that's what you go for. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, you can down below. We are nearly at the end of Everyday October, so I will no longer be hounding you every single day with notifications. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye!